What is intelligence? Philosophers still struggle to define what constitutes an intelligent being, whether humans alone are intelligent, or if animals also fit into this category. This movie will specifically investigate the concept of how human intelligence is understood and defined in contemporary society. Today, the word intelligent is commonly used in its most general sense. This definition only vaguely refers to an individual's collected knowledge or mental capacity. Traditional belief asserts that an individual is born with the potential to learn anything without any pre-existing programming which would prevent them from fulfilling this potential. This holistic notion of intelligence leads to the misconception that if a person can't be taught one subject, it is useless to attempt teaching them anything else. Anyone who is unable to learn something is simply unintelligent and therefore of less worth to society. This is not only a logical fallacy, it is contrary to human experience. But in modern society, tests such as IQ and SAT scores have reduced the individual's worth to a numerical value, as if everyone was on the same flowchart of one kind of intelligence. Howard Gardner offers an alternative to this traditional view of intelligence. Considered a visionary in educational philosophy, Gardner's theories of multiple intelligence are gradually inducing changes in how information is presented and taught in school systems, taking the place of the traditional definition of intelligence and how to cultivate it in an individual. Before voicing his ideas on intelligence, Gardner defined the attributes he believed were necessary for a person to be called intelligent. After reviewing his research, Gardner listed 8 main criteria which an individual must match to prove a presence of intelligence. 1. A potential isolation by brain damage. 2. The existence of intelligence in brain-damaged individuals. 3. An identifiable core to how intelligence operates in an individual. 4. The ability to develop this intelligence over time. 5. The knowledge that this type of evolution of intelligence is historically proven. 6. Experiments in psychological tasks which support these criteria. 7. Findings from psychometric studies which support this criteria. 8. The ability to communicate through symbols as in an alphabet or numerical system. Gardner's conclusions, however, came down to one factor. An intelligent individual must have the ability to solve problems or create things. In accordance with this conclusion, Howard Gardner listed at least 8 types of intelligence categories. 1. Linguistic intelligence. Those individuals with the ability to easily communicate through language, whether it is spoken or written, are considered to have high linguistic intelligence. In common vernacular, those individuals who are linguistically intelligent have a way with words. 2. Logical mathematical intelligence. Mathematically intelligent individuals have the ability to analyze and solve logical or deduction problems. Abstractions and conceptual ideas are easier for them to relate to than existing three-dimensional matter. 3. Musical intelligence. Individuals who easily recognize differences in musical technique and are able to compose music on their own. Those individuals who are musically intelligent are commonly referred to as having an ear for music. 4. Bodily kinesthetic intelligence. The ability to coordinate the body with the mind is common in athletes. Specific types of athletes are physical entertainers, such as dancers, physical competitors, such as boxers, and physical game players, such as in sports. Bodily kinesthetic intelligence would also include individuals with excellent hand-eye coordination, such as people who play video games or juggle. 5. Spatial intelligence. Spatially intelligent individuals have the ability to assemble things easily, build models, and generally find creative ways to use matter and space. 6. Interpersonal intelligence. These individuals who easily socialize with a variety of people. Because they are generally outgoing and easy to talk to, an interpersonally intelligent individual could also be called a people person. 7. Intrapersonal intelligence. Although these individuals tend to seem shy or unsocial, they have a deep understanding of their personality and feelings. Because they spend less time relating to the outside world, rather spending time in thought, Intrapersonally intelligent individuals are more attuned to their sense of self than people with more outgoing natures. And finally, 8. Naturalist intelligence. People with a sense of self in relation to the environment. An individual with naturalist intelligence is also able to recognize and identify different features of nature. In addition to the 8 intelligences already classified, Gardner theorizes that there are at least 3 other types of intelligences: spiritual, existential, and moral. Spiritual intelligence, an individual with a deep sense of universal truths or religious stability. Because of its conceptual nature, it might not be substantial enough to be regarded as a true intelligence according to Gardner's criteria. Existential intelligence, an individual's understanding of finiteness and other ultimate issues. Gardner is not yet sure whether this is a concrete enough concept to add as the 9th intelligence. Moral intelligence, an individual with the understanding of ethical concepts and determining the difference between right and wrong. Because of the relativity of morality in recent years, Gardner sees the complications which might arise in defining what it is to be moral. Gardner's philosophy on education is that intelligence isn't a program to be downloaded into an empty mind, but a seed with specific attributes which must be cultivated with a specific method. The key for educators will be to find ways of simultaneously teaching several types of intelligence. This definition of intelligence is not beyond question. Many people would contend with the idea that the ability to solve or create is external and has no bearing over the thought processes or capacity of an individual. Gardner's solution doesn't address whether a person might be intelligent if they are educated, but without the resources to put their intelligence to use. Gardner's requirements for intelligence only serve as a point of reference as he describes the types of intelligence a person may have been pre-programmed with from birth. We must not confuse knowledge with wisdom. A thoroughly educated individual might behave foolishly because of a lack of common sense. In others, their imperfection lies not in ignorance, but in an unpleasant personality, which contaminates their character. Conversely, individuals whose knowledge is limited by their character but their character is well-rounded, have a natural sense of common logic, which they subconsciously put to use in their daily life. There is no intelligence involved, but an innate ability to do what is only sensible. So is intelligence worth more than character? In his article, Intelligence in 7 Steps, Gardner briefly comments that what makes an individual worthwhile might not have anything to do with their type or level of intelligence, but their motivation, personality, emotions, and will. Perhaps the concept of worth should be measured according to who an individual is, rather than what the individual has the ability to do.